The girl he loved in silence. He loved her for 3 years. She never knew his name. But the day his secret was read aloud, the entire school went silent. And if you believe quiet love and hidden dreams deserve to be heard, stay with this story. In the town of Umocha, where dusty roads carried the dreams of young people who hoped for more than their surroundings promised, Bright Future Secondary School stood like a quiet witness to countless ambitions. Every morning, students filled its classrooms with laughter, noise, and expectation. Yet at the back of one classroom sat a boy most people barely noticed. His name was Obina. Obina was the kind of student teachers admired but classmates overlooked. His uniform was always clean but faded, his shoes cracked from long walks between home and school. He lived with his grandmother, a woman whose strength was greater than her body and whose prayers followed him wherever his feet could carry him. Obina loved school not because it was easy, but because it gave him something rare: hope. Near the window sat Amara. She was known for her bright answers, her confident smile, and the light that seemed to follow her wherever she went. To many, she was simply the beautiful girl in class. To Obina, she was more than that. She was the quiet reminder that life could still be kind. He never spoke to her. He never tried to impress her. He only watched, carrying a crush he believed was too heavy for someone like him to admit. Each day, Obina wrote letters he never planned to send. He wrote about his fears, his dreams, and the way Amara's presence made the classroom feel less lonely. He folded the papers and hid them inside his old textbooks like secrets waiting for the right time. What he did not know was that Amara, despite her laughter, was also fighting silent battles of her own. Her mother's health was failing, her father struggled to find work, and the confidence she showed the world was often a shield for worry. One afternoon, the principal announced a writing competition. The winner would receive an opportunity for a scholarship interview. For most students, it was just another announcement. For Obina, it sounded like destiny calling his name. That night, under the weak glow of a kerosene lamp, he wrote from his heart. He wrote about a boy who sat at the back of the class, loved quietly, dreamed boldly, and refused to let hardship define his future. When he finished, he did not sign his name. He titled the story, "The Boy at the Back." On the day the results were announced, the principal called Amara forward. The students clapped, confused but excited. Amara herself looked shocked. She had submitted nothing. The principal explained that the winner had requested that someone else read the story aloud. As Amara began to read, the hall grew silent. The words spoke of loneliness, hunger, determination, and love without expectation. Her voice trembled as tears filled her eyes. Halfway through, she paused and looked toward the back of the hall. That was when their eyes met for the first time. In that moment, understanding passed between them without a single word spoken. After the assembly, Amara approached Obina. She told him she did not know why he never spoke, but that his words had spoken loudly enough. Obina admitted he never wrote the story to be seen, only to survive. Amara smiled through her tears and said some voices were too important to remain hidden. They did not become lovers overnight. Instead, they became something deeper, support for each other's dreams. They studied together, encouraged one another, and shared hopes they had once kept secret. Obina attended the scholarship interview, carrying with him not just his story, but the belief that his life mattered. Years later, he stood before audiences as a published writer. Amara became a teacher, one who paid special attention to the quiet students at the back of her class. One day, during a visit to their old school, Obina told the students, "Not every crush is meant to become a romance. Some are meant to become the reason you believe in yourself." From the doorway, Amara watched him speak, her smile full of pride and understanding. And if this story moved you, if it reminded you of someone you loved in silence or a dream you were afraid to speak, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs hope. Because the town of Umocha learnt a quiet lesson that day. Sometimes, the people who change our lives the most never knew they were loved. They were simply the light that showed us who we could become.